Hey guys, I'm here in iconic Washington, D.C., surrounded by these historic monuments to remind us of the nation's enduring spirit. Today we're talking about a modern shift. Why so many Americans are packing up and leaving big cities for new and better opportunities elsewhere. So have you ever felt sick of city living? Stick around because I'm going to be diving into the data behind this trend. And I'll also reveal the top U.S. cities experiencing the most outflows and what actually might be driving it. So give me a thumbs up if you're good with that. Now, as a realtor, I've seen firsthand how people are reevaluating where they want to live and where they want to call home. Now, according to recent reports, large metro areas are experiencing a significant outflow of out-migration. For example, cities like San Francisco, Los Angeles, Chicago, New York, these are among the top places where people are actually moving out in 2025. Now, this data is sourced from Google, and it shows a massive spike in Google searches related to people moving out of big cities. And moving companies are backing up this data for a fact. Companies like Pods are now showing California cities are dominating the list for the most moved from locations. Last one out, turn the lights out. Now let's look at the numbers. The US Census Bureau says that 2.7 million residents have left large urban counties, and that's double the rate in recent years. But now Texas, Florida, North Carolina, and South Carolina are seeing the inflows, but places like New York and Illinois are seeing a mass exit. It's happening, so let's explore these key factors based on the real data. Now, one major driver is the cost of living. In many big cities, the housing expenses have skyrocketed. For example, here in DC or in New York, in Los Angeles, and San Francisco, the median home prices are well above the national average. And this makes it tougher to afford to actually stay in these towns. You can check the cost of living indexes on sites like the Bureau of Labor Statistics just to compare cities for yourself. It's a great tool to make informed decisions. And another factor is taxes. I mean, states like California and New York had the highest state income tax rate in the nation compared to many other states. So if you're curious about that, head over to the IRS website and the State Department for Revenue. That'll give you the latest tax tables. I don't have any opinions here. I'm just pointing you to the facts. You can crunch those numbers on your own. And let's not forget about the trend of remote work. Approximately 22% of the U.S. workforce, around 32.6 million workers, are working at least part-time remotely in 2025. And this means that people aren't tied to the city offices anymore. Now, recent reports indicate that almost 20% of remote workers plan to relocate in 2025. And they aren't just seeking a change of scenery, guys. They're looking for more affordable options. Now, recently, this shift has been totally amplified. But which cities are hit the hardest? You might be surprised by this list. Los Angeles, it's topped the charts for move-outs every single year, and it's followed closely by San Francisco Bay Area. And Chicago ranks super high with people that are actually moving out. New York City, in areas like Long Island, they're seeking similar patterns. So even spots like Seattle and Denver, they're on this list. And as residents are now exploring better alternatives, what are you thinking about? Do you like the city or do you need to move? South Florida, around Miami, it's another area with high outflows. Despite the appeal there, data shows that it's among the top moved out from metro areas in the nation. And even central New Jersey and San Diego are now on this trending list as well. Now, if you live in one of these cities and you're thinking about a move, you're not alone, guys. It's happening. Migration data from 2024 and 2025, it shows a very clear pattern that people are heading to states with lower costs overall. And Florida always saw net migration. Last year, it saw net migration inflows, 64,000 in 2024, while Texas had 85,000. So where is it that these people are moving to instead? Now, I've got top destinations that could inspire your next chapter of your life. If you're thinking about moving, I'm really curious, and I'd love to know what's going on with you. The popular spots where people are actually choosing to move include the areas of the Southeast United States and the Sunbelt states. Now, recently, Wilmington, North Carolina has led the pack for move-ins, and Myrtle Beach, South Carolina has become a magnet for many new residents, and it's drawn by the stunning coastal charm, 8% lower cost of living than the rest of the United States, and the 5th lowest property taxes in the nation. Also, warm weather and a community-friendly atmosphere. What's there not to love? This could be one of the reasons why people are moving to Ocala, Florida, primarily for its affordable cost of living, mild climate, abundant outdoor activities, and the proximity to major cities. Raleigh, North Carolina, it attracts job growth market with its tech hub status and its university presence. And Houston, Texas, it boasts a diverse job market and no state income tax. But of course, it does have a little bit higher property taxes in Texas, so check with your local sources for those details. Greenville, South Carolina, Asheville, North Carolina, these are gaining traction for their mountain views and the outdoor recreational opportunities. Other destinations like Sarasota and Orlando, Florida, they provide beachfront living and entertainment hubs. Boise, Idaho, Knoxville, Tennessee, they offer a mix of urban amenities and natural beauty. Even smaller cities like Johnson City, Tennessee are seeing a mix of influx due to the affordability and lifestyle features. As a realtor, I've helped clients transition to places like Myrtle Beach, South Carolina for a lower cost of living and beach proximity. But they always focus on the facts, things like property taxes or school ratings from state education departments. This is the stuff that's important. So if you're thinking about making a move, here's how you do your research properly and the smart way. When you're considering a relocation, empower yourself with all of the data. Now, the internet is a good tool, but it certainly won't answer all the questions. For cost of living, visit the Council for Community and Economic Research or the BLS.gov. Tax info, state revenue departments, they have all that stuff laid out for you. And focus on property features. Make sure that it has proximity to what's important to you, including parks, schools, hospitals, restaurants, and all kinds of recreational activities, because you're not going to be just stuck in your house. And what it's close to, and even more important, what it's far away from. How convenient are the local airports? For example, in a new area, check out how close it is to highways or beaches or whatever's important to you. That's for you to decide. I highly encourage you to do your due diligence. Visit the neighborhood at different times of the day. Chat with the local real estate expert, and don't pick just any neighborhood. And get the expert. They can tell you the stuff that you may not even have thought about yet. You want to walk the streets, explore the shops, and just focus on other areas, not just one area of town. You want to venture into the suburbs and then off the regular highways and make your own research. You want to go through a list of what's really important to you. And if you're seeking outdoor access, consider opting for suburbs or even the smaller metro. This isn't about fleeing from the big city. It's about your choice and making your next move your best choice. The data and moving trend reports may highlight economic shifts that are affecting many people. Just remember, there's many moving parts that have to come together like a cog of a wheel and has to mesh to make sure it's your best option. For my clients who are leaving the big cities, it's often about aligning new priority. Now, one family moved from New York to a spot with lower taxes and more outdoor space, and it was based purely on data comparisons. And another one of our clients relocated from California to where they had researched the cost of living indexes, and they found 20 or 30% lower cost of living expenses in South Carolina metro areas. And another lady from Chicago, she looked at the property tax rates, and then she chose Myrtle Beach, South Carolina for the savings. That's where I am today. But always verify your facts. Use the online tools, but verify, because I've often found from my experience, they're not all accurate. What you see online is always the truth, right? Here's the deal. In DC, New York, Chicago, and many other areas in the United States, it's a prime example of city life. But if you're seeking quieter places, just make sure it's not too quiet for you. The suburbs and mid-sized cities, they're surging. And this is not a one-size-fits-all situation, guys. What's good for one person may not necessarily be good for another. Does any of this resonate with you? Go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe for more relocation tips. I've been doing this for the last 20 years, and our favorite client is someone who's not quite ready yet, because we have a lot of super helpful information to share. And my team is helping people every single day, and they're good at it. So wherever you are and whatever you're doing, use that local expert to pick their brain. Because if you get the local expert, they can tell you the stuff that you may not even have thought about yet. And I just want to say thanks again for watching. If you're thinking about moving, comment below where you're moving from, because I really want to know what's going on with you in your life. And if you subscribe, I'm going to see you in the next video. Take care, guys.